Another exciting episode of Speculative Tolkienism.
The controversy of the week was meeting the family man Orc. And he's like, I don't want to fight in the war. Can't we please just have peace? Because look at my wife. Isn't she lovely?
Oh,
Come hither,
God.
two sheds.
Oh, jeez. That's just.
Come hither, two sheds. How could you say no?
Oh, look how beautiful she is.
A little bairn. Look at her. She's like, oh, that's so lovely. The little bairn. I don't want to have to go off to war. I love my wife. I love my little baby.
You know, I'm sick of, really. I don't give a shit about backstories anymore. Like the tragic, like they do it all the time. You know, like I don't like the Wicked Witch of the West. Say like for Wizard of Oz,
right.
Like, oh, this is why she became the Wicked Witch of the West.
She's so
I
bad.
don't care. I don't care.
Right.
I absolutely don't care. I want orcs evil. I don't care about orcs family. In fact, I felt that there's breeding orcs. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah. There's like studs. There's our orc stud to like sire as many children with some female orcs as possible. There's no romance involved.
Like they do it in Mad Max. There's breeding farms in like Fury Road and Furiosa and stuff like that. It's a very like, why can't they do it in Lord of the Rings when it makes sense? You know,
I mean, you don't even have to speculate. They pretty much spelled it out. Like Saruman bred these Urkai, like as an act of like a breeding farm. You know, I mean, he was making hybrids by his own like contrivance.
Right.
This wasn't some natural occurrence because a fair Orcan lass wandered by and an Orc man got up the courage to ask her out to prom and they had a relationship and then they had a baby. No, it's like that.
Dude. It's been a hard day at work. Come here, give me some sugar, honey.
Come here, baby.
Come here. Come give your old man a kiss. Dude, I don't know, man. It's
like the Orc looks into his wife's eyes and is like, your eyes, they're like pools of vomit. They remind me of the sulfuric fumes of Samath Nar. Oh, you're so romantic. Shouldn't you say that to all the girls?
Yeah, dude. It's so like I don't care like that. Like, oh, the orcs need a home. The orcs don't. Oh man.
Right. Now, if we do a little deep dive into Tolkien, you know, they do. You know, of course, like orcs breed, and Tolkien says in the Silmarillion that they breed and reproduce as do the other children of Iluvatar. So men, elves, and orcs, they breed, but the idea that there's romance and that romance is like in this picture makes them sympathetic. Is not a place Tolkien went. It's not really in the spirit of Tolkien. I mean, you could kind of go there, but as is usually the case with Rings of Power, they take like little things that Tolkien may have hinted at and blow them up for political purposes or whatever. Orcs are just misunderstood.
Right. Here's what's going to happen in the next couple of, there's going to be a big battle. It's going to be really ugly. And you're going to see this orc laying on the battlefield dead. And it's going to be tragic.
I will. And I'll probably care more about his death than if I had seen Poppy's death. Because I would literally care less about Poppy.
I would care more about his death than I did about those two elves that kicked the bucket and at the Barrow Downs.
Yeah.
Like who were they? Like
right. Yeah, but speaking of, this orc here, he first starts out asking Adar like, "Oh, can we just stop fighting, please?" And Adar's like, "Well, what about Sauron? He's still out there, right? So we still have to be vigilant for Sauron." Okay. That scene at the beginning of season 2, episode 1, where Adar killed Sauron 1.0 before Sauron went down into the muck and like turned into slime and kind of crept out and started killing other creatures. That was like 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So why now? Like now, there's this new urgency. Like, oh, Sauron's still out there somewhere, so we can't, lessen our vigilance. We need to go fight Sauron. I'm sure he's still out there. What's making Adar think that? Nothing. There's no new urgency. I mean, as far as these guys know, he's been dead 1,000 years. Like, why are they having
Well,
this
didn't
scene? Why
they?
are they having this conversation?
Well, didn't Sauron tell him that Sauron was still alive? But I'm not Sauron.
Whoa, that's
I mean, oh, God.
it's so stupid. But as we explained in our last discussion of that scene in which Sauron told Adar that Sauron was still alive somewhere, not him, not staring him right in the face,
Yeah,
but somewhere else,
it's not.
far away. It was Sauron's out there.
It's like, look, I'm still alive. I mean, Sauron's still alive.
Dude, I'm right here, bro. Let me
Dude,
go. Let me go so I can fight the guy that you actually want me to fight, which is me.
talking about Sauron, can we just comment on how absolutely stupid the return of or like when Halbrand became Anatar was like actually how dumb that whole scene was. I mean, I was like, I was dumbfounded.
It was so dumb because it reminded me of like a prank you play on a 4-year-old where you turn out the lights. You're like you turn out the lights and you turn on light and you like leave the room and your 4-year-old's like, Daddy, where'd you go? And then
Yeah,
you like kind of poke your head out of the closet and you're like, here I am. Oh my God. Like that's literally what it
dude,
was like. The lights flickered. He kind of,
yeah.
where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Yeah, dude, it was like this. It's like you ever see those pranks where like people are like have the sheet and they hold them up and they're like showing their dog and they throw it up and like run down the
Right.
hallway and the dog's like, where'd he go?
Where'd he go? Yeah. It was that level.
Wow.
And I mean, I'm surprised if flashlights had been invented yet. Like he would need. Wait, you have a flashlight, right?
Oh,
Anatar, is it you? I'm a friend bearing gifts. Anyway,
oh God, it's so again dumb.
so
The whole
go ahead.
Galadriel Elrond. I can't even like I can't even. You know what I'm saying? It's
Like Adar is kind of presenting himself as the good guy, as a foil to Sauron, who just wants to use these orcs as slaves, right?
yeah.
And so you're like, oh, okay, Adar's a sympathetic character. He's like pro orc, and orcs are pro family. So good for orcs, But then the very next scene, like that troll, Damron, that big hill troll or whatever, Damron comes in, and he's got a decapitated orc head. And Adar's like, oh, it looks like you got our message, which was like, I guess this orc was delivering a message to Damron the troll, like, hey, Adar wants to talk to you. And the troll just kind of flings this decapitated orc head at Adar. He's like, totally dismissed it. Like, I thought Adar like really loved and cared about these orcs like he would his children, and they call him father.
Apparently, he likes the trolls better, so we kind of know
it. Anyway, it just kind of like this whole like orcs are people too. These showrunners, if they want us to think that this idea carries any weight, then it needs to be carried through other scenes in which orcs are seen as valuable in and of themselves and not just easily decapitatable. So I mean, you should have had Adar be like, hey, why the hell are you decapitating my children, bro?
Well, the thing that they could have done is, this troll decapitated the orc, and then had like some kind of retaliation on the troll, and again show Adar being like a total badass, or
that would have been.
and
I would have been like,
making his
okay,
point.
finally a good scene. But of course they didn't.
Yeah, but I feel no danger from anybody in this series. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense.